would like establish something. Uh, in my way of being, I am a kind of professor. I like to teach. I like to teach people what I've learned. Everything I learned on sound, on equipment, on the way I shoot and all that, I always give what I've learned. Was a kind of a natural way for me to do that. But first of all, it was a kind of an ego trip because I thought I'm good. I want to teach you. I have to take my place and all that. And after that, I say, okay, you know what? I love to do that. I love to do that. I love to have a small workshop with 1, 2, 5%. I don't mind. And then we talk about this and this and this, and then we experiment. The way I learn and the way I teach is, okay, we do something, I show you something, so do it with me. So now you put your hand, so you have your feet on end, so make your decision and try to do something. That was exactly what Roger does to me. Did to me a long time ago. So when you learn the movement of the light, when you learn how to frame, compose the image and all that, no matter what is the technology that you are using, the basic principle is you got a frame. No matter if it is a square frame or it is a wider frame, we don't mind. It is a frame. So you have to, first of all, to learn and compose and go with the rhythm of the frame, what's going on. So after that, when you have a good connection with that, now you see what technology are you going to use to do that. Okay, we had to shoot, I used to shoot a little bit with a 16mm camera, CP16 at that time with 400 feet film on it, so I used to shoot and I'll shoot with it. Then came with that camera, first camera, Saticon tubing camera, and then we have the BVP3, the 5A Sony tubing again, and then the 300C and a couple of models. Each time, what you learn is where's the button to put the camera on. This is a kind of transition, and then you're scared because you don't know what will come out of that technology. So you have to go and ask people, is that okay? Is that okay? And you never at that time you just don't know how to adjust a monitor, So you don't know about color bars and all that. So you say, oh my goodness. So is the image is good? Yeah, don't be afraid, it's good. But there is so much, to learn. Today, everything want to go fast and fast and fast and fast. So they want to make money with cameras. So what they are doing is, let's make sure that people will access easily without too much adjusting their thing, and you will do a nice exposure. You will do a nice color. Don't worry, the camera will take care of that for you. So experiment that, and then we will give you opportunity to get in that room and having this Final Cut system to be able to cut yourself your thing, and you'll be happy. We have to separate the person who take seriously their job without the person who want to step in that and just go fast and don't want to deal with the price that we have to pay to learn, to understand, to make sure that when we do this and this and this, it is significant. Many people deal with the effect. They show you not what they are doing, they show you effect show. So with they will put a transition texture and this and this. But if you are trying to talk with them about contrast, saturation, composition, a rhythm, they don't know. They don't have time to talk about that. So, well, it's okay. It's a way of being now. We have to adapt to that reality. And you know what? As a teacher, I teach them to have kind of respect to a guy like us, who we are from the old school, you know. And I'm trying to teach them, hey, come on, you have to, do you know what is a 18% Greek card? What it does in life? Do you know what are you doing when you do a black balance? What do you think it's happened? I don't know. The camera is closing and it is black. No, 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 no. When you do a black balance, you do a color black balance. You remove color in the black, and then when you do a white balance, you create a standard white from Sony standard, from Ikegami standard, from Panasonic standard, but you are doing a standard. Now, do you know how come you will have a good monitor and adjust it? You know, and new technology will give you so much thing. Let's say you make a mistake on exposure, you make a mistake on frame. We don't care. Go on post-prod, and you will be able to correct that. Well, I'm trying to say, can you have just enough knowledge to make sure that you are shooting a good standard exposure with 5, 6, 7 stop in it, okay? And if you are good on that, and then after that on post-prod, you will see. But first, can you just try to understand, can you color match two camera? Make sure that you don't have any CCU with you. So, can you color match the two camera you got? Maybe you will find it very, very tough. So if you can adjust your camera right before going in a post-prod, maybe you will save time in post-prod. Do not do that. So, well, and so on, you know. So new technology are very cool. Don't get me wrong, I love new technology, and it keeps me awake all the time. I need to learn this and this and this and this and that. And at some point, I discovered a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, Dedo technology lighting. Well, today, now if you are talking in 2013 June, okay, I am connected to Dedo equipment. Not because I am a Dedo. No, not because of that. Because I do experience it. And I find that with those equipment, I am able to get fast, good, very simple, precise, and I gain speed on my way of work. You know, we are small crew, huh? 2 person, maybe 3 sometime. Some guy, an assistant maybe, or not, or you're alone. So, and everyone are very, very, they have to go fast, though they don't give you much time. So, and they want you, they put pressure on you, they want you to be very fast because whatever the reason. So I found out that with that equipment, I can go very fast. But now, budget is always there to guide you on what we're going to use as a camera. So, what is the taste of the camera of today? Well, you know, it was the time that it was the Betacam, the standard. So everyone went to the Betacam, and you have your Betacam done. You're going to shoot with that Betacam, and that's going to be very fantastic. Then we change the 4x3 format for 16x9, and then we have this 300 camera, Sony 300, something like that, and then we have there's always a camera or a product that will be on a wave for a certain month of time. You have to learn this one. Today it's a 5D camera. Tomorrow is going to be Not so long ago was the red. And then now the Alexa come with the big frame 4K and and then okay, they asking me to shoot with 4K. Well, I'm having one client who want to shoot with a 4K. The 80% of my clients want to shoot with the 5D, want to shoot with the EX3 or EX1. So I need to learn those cameras. I need to learn the button, where it's open, what's the file, what can I adjust in there. And at some point, there are always a kind of, you can compare and say, okay, this button say that for them, but Ikigami say that, but it is the same at some point, So, and it is not you that will decide which camera, on which camera you will shoot with. It will be your client, because your client say, I want to pay for that. I have money for that, not for this one. And you know what? If you accept the contract, and you have to deliver the contract. So that's the way it is. And depending on your client, you're going to work with 3, 4 different camera lenses, or okay. As a person who were studying, I first learned what everyone learned: programmation, 3-point lighting, the formula. Okay, the formula is you put a light there, you put another one there, and then you put another one there. And then you do experiment that, because the one who you are working for want to see that position light. So you have to deliver that position light, because if you don't, they will judge you on that. And they will tell you that you're good because you put the light where they used to see it. It is not a matter of a taste. It is just they are happy because they recognize what they were learning. So you giving them what they want to see. But it can become kind of boring to do that repeatedly. So the first thing that we have to do, if we want to learn a little bit about light, is when you are talking with someone, okay, and you look at this person and you look at what does the light on his or her face. Do you see a highlight there? Do you see that because there's a sky is moving, and then you see that it is moving, so it gives a sense. Then the color of the temperature is changing. So when you look that, you see the effect on the person. You're looking a nice girl, and then suddenly you don't know where it's come from, but there's a glow highlight on their hair, and it's touching you. You look at that and say, my goodness, it is so beautiful. How come I can do that? I need to, okay, when I have a light, can I recreate that? That's the way. And then suddenly you forget about formula, because you're trying to reproduce what your eye see, interpret, and what you feel. Not only what just a formula, it is really what you feel. And then you realize that there's so many light source around you. Now, instead of trying to fight against, which will bring you with a big source and everything, why don't you just try to compose with it? And then say, okay, what is the level of the light? Oh, it's about that and about this and okay. And what is highlight? How can I create highlight? Do I need a real big source for that? Don't think so, because I notice sometimes it's this small source right there create just an highlight, or open just a little the eye with a flare in it, and So, okay. The more you experience that, the more you go with your feeling, and the more you get, you have to risk. You risk it, do it. Not so long ago, I am with another guy. He's working with me as a beat cameraman. He's a DOP. And he's a nice guy, really nice guy. I love this guy. I work with him, and and I did put my a soft light there. He was talking with another guy and saying, "Oh, yes, I was him. I won't do that because so." And I say, "Oh, you know what? I will leave that lamp there because this, in my mind, I knew that this source at that place giving me a kind of modulation on the clots, and and giving me the perspective of that that how can I call it in English? Cheap. So it bump up, and but nicely, without giving us a big nose effect there, and well, and when the people, when that person were just turning a little bit her head, was so the magic is installed. The movement of the light, it starts to be there because our lights come here, then come down, and then turn it, and then wow, that's nice. So I discovered dedolight 2 years ago, and my way of looking at dedolight at that time was with the old culture. When I look with the other source, the way they were, the way they throw light and all that. So I was looking those equipment with that background of evaluation. I made a mistake, big mistake. I did not realize at that time that there was so many thinking about those things, those equipment. So it came a point. So I start to use them, experiment them, and then it was, wow, I can do this. Oh, I didn't know I can do that. Oh, that's nice too. Oh, well. So now, for now, what I say to my client, I do your job, but I will do with this equipment. For my taste, I don't get in a room and say, I will do this and this and this and that. First of all, I will be in contact with the room. I will try to come organic with it, with the space. Is there a window? What is it, cloudy or not? What is the color? What is the ambience in the room? And then after that, I'll say, okay, where I'm gonna put my my invité, the person who I will interview, or I don't know what. Okay, I will put it there because that person will be there because the background and CNC. So, what is the practical? Oh, I see the practical. If I do open it, is there a dimmer in the practical? Yeah, okay. Let me see what it does. So I'm processing that way, and then I do it there. Let's put a 600 soft right there. Okay, now let's see do I need a kicker? Yes, no, maybe. Oh yes, why not? I will put it there because I want to put some dimension. So I put somewhere there, and on it I will go with dim or not, or with focus or not, depending on what the effect I feel. And all that process, I never use a monitor to do that. I try to not look at the monitor because I want always be able to evaluate the frame with my eye. And then after that, I will confirm, because that technology will give saturation of the color like this, will respond of the control for the contrast that way and that way. So it become kind of organic, and it will be. I will be in that process to be sure that I'm feeling free. I don't want to be in prison of thinking of others. So we have a lot of mixture light sometime, and then we go degré Kelvin, 3000 to anywhere high in that. And then when you get in the room, you already feel that color temperature. And then with the source you got, it's not, now it is not a matter of power, because camera is so sensitive. You can say, okay, it's a 800 ISO or 400 ISO, 1200 ISO. That will give me an aperture of a 4, 5, 6 depth of files. Oh, well, with all that process, okay, you make a choice, and it become the equipment you use become a supportive for you.